Hi there, it's Janine from Handicaps Inc. doing a little more tech talk for you. We had an inquiry on exactly how easy is it to remove a Superarm unit once it is no longer required or if you are transferring to a different vehicle. So we recently removed one from a 2017 Metris and wanted to show you how you go about removing that and restoring the vehicle back for open market sales. Hope you enjoy. Thank you.
Hi guys, this is Dylan with Handicaps, and today we're going to be removing a Superarm from a 2016 Mercedes Metris. We wanted to show you guys just how easy it is to transfer your Superarm between vehicles. It'll be going into a slightly earlier model full-size Chevy van. So the first step you'll want to take when you are removing a Superarm from a vehicle is you want to disconnect the Superarm unit from the battery of the vehicle. For a Metris, there's a little bit of a unique situation. The battery is located underneath the passenger side seat here. So the first thing that I will be doing is removing this lead from this breaker. The next step in removing the Superarm from our Metris is going to be taking off the cover so that we can get to the bolts up at the top, and we don't want to damage the cover during removal of the unit. On the installation, you may need to remove the bracket for the electric eye, just to make sure that you can get a clamp or some sort of holding device up onto the lift so that while you're working on it and you're taking off all these fasteners and everything, you have a safe place to work. The last thing you'll want to do before you start taking out all of the main fasteners holding in the unit is you want to remove the power line for the unit. Even though we already took it off the battery earlier, we just want to take this off now so we don't have to deal with it. When we get the unit out, we can just remove the wiring in its own step. Put the nut back on there just so we're not worried about where it's at. And then I'm going to need to find some electrical tape to tape this off. So the first major step in removing the fasteners holding the unit into the vehicle is you want to take out the bolts at the top. Usually we use 6 sheet metal screws with a 3/8 head. In this instance, for the Metris, we used 1/2-inch bolts. Just remove those. And of course I used power tools to get these most of the way removed, and I'm just pulling them off the rest of the way here. After you remove the bolts from the top of the unit and you verify that your clamp is in place and that the unit is stable, you can move on to removing the screws from the bottom of the unit. You may want a second person with you depending on your level of experience with Superarm units. There you go. So before you take the lift all the way out of the vehicle, you want to get some cardboard down to protect the floor of the vehicle and the stepwell of the vehicle from the plate at the bottom of the lift. When you're lifting the unit itself, you will need a second person. It is too heavy to lift with just one person. So I have my lovely assistant here. We're going to get ready to take the lift out. The last major step in removing the Superarm unit from the vehicle is pulling all of the wiring out of the vehicle. The power line for the lift comes through this hole right here, and it goes along to the back, and the positive lead for the battery is in the back here. You will need to remove these two bolt heads, pull off this part right here, this black bar. After you pull off these bolt heads, it just removes out, and then you can pull the battery out from underneath the passenger seat here, and you'll be able to take the power cable for the lift off of that lead. Normally, then, you would pull the power cable out from underneath the bottom of the lift, but with the Metris, right now I have the power line going along the headliner and then down this pillar out here to our breaker where we pulled off at the beginning of the uninstall.